If you thought AI was only to ask questions and get answers back, you're already behind. AI is now going to help us not just answer questions and write things, but actually do work for us as well. If you're a small business owner and you're trying to get more done without hiring a ton more people, AI is going to be for you. In the next few minutes, I'm going to be describing what agentic AI actually is, plus how it's different than just the LLMs that we were talking about in our last video. And we're going to talk about how close AI is to actually being able to run whole parts of your business. Welcome to Small Business Big Visibility. This is a mini series all about AI so that you as small business owners can leverage the wave that's coming and ride that wave to success rather than getting rolled and crushed by it. Already talked about what is AI in general. We've talked about what LLMs are. Now we're building on how we are going to leverage the power of LLMs and this next phase that's rolling into us today and happening all around us right now so that you can take advantage instead of being crushed. If you haven't watched the other videos, if you don't know what an LLM is, if you have questions about what AI is, go watch those other videos because we're building off the knowledge that you gained in those videos to be able to leverage what we're doing today. LLMs, again, are large language models, and they're the baseline that we need in order to have agentic AI. Agentic AI is taking it to the next level where we move from where it's able to write things to being able to do things on behalf of us. With LLMs, we were still doing a lot of the work ourselves, but it's not going to be that way much longer. In fact, I was just in a meeting with the guy the other day, and this guy plays in some of the biggest circles with some really big names behind the scenes. He was saying the people that are behind this tech and the ones who are the super rich and understand what's going on, they're placing bets and having conversations right now on how quickly we will have our first solopreneur billionaire. That's right. One person plus their business using AI, billionaire status. That's coming. That's the predictions that's happening behind the scenes with agentic AI and LLMs and all the new tools that are still rolling out. So let's talk about what agentic AI does. It's going to be able to come in and it's going to take a set of instructions and then break it down into individual steps and execute those steps. Right now, we have tools that we can go in and we can open up an email and it helps us craft the response for an email. What if you could instead go and tell your agentic assistant, would you please go follow up with all the leads from last week? And it will do that for you. That would mean it would first have to have access to that system to be able to go in and find out what are the leads. That's first step. Next step, you'd have to go get the contact information for them. You would have to understand for each one where you're at in that sales process. They would have to understand what the next step is in that sales process. And then it would have to create communication in one way or another that can communicate with those people, helping them move from their current step to that next step. And it would have to be able to do that for multiple people. This is where we're reaching that tipping point where AI has gone from being just an assistant that can help us do a couple little things to actually being a worker that's going to be getting a ton of things done for us automatically. Many of the small business owners that I've met have a personal issue of being maxed out. They're at capacity. They can't do anything more, and it's hard to find sometimes the right people to put into those seats and to help them do an excellent job of being able to run that part of the business. AI takes and makes it easier for us to be able to step in and hand off certain parts of the business. Here's a few ideas of things that the agentic AI can do for us. It can come in and do follow-ups. It can do scheduling. It can do lead nurturing, repetitive admin tasks, data handling. I was talking to a guy just the other day, and he was telling me that he has his agentic AI going through and reviewing all of the emails, and then it can take the emails, and if there's something that needs to be done, it can craft that email, notify him that this email needs responded to immediately, and then it can give him what it suggests he does prior to responding to the email and the template of what the agentic AI thinks he should say in response to that email. That was just one thing. Another thing the AI can do that the guy was telling me about, it goes into his schedule and it looks at his schedule that he has for the day, and then it looks at all the things that he thinks are a priority, as well as the things that AI knows needs to get done. It creates time estimates for each one of those, and then it time blocks his calendar for him and lets him know, here's the schedule that you have for today to get the most important things done, and you should have enough time to accomplish each one of those big items. That's huge for a small business owner. If you've been distracted, if you're struggling to get stuff done, that would be an absolute game changer to know, I'm going to work on this task right now. Later, I'll move to that one, and so on, so that you're staying focused on what needs to get done. In business, speed wins. Joe Vitale says that money loves speed, and if you want more money, you've got to be faster in your business. Agentic AI is making it so that business is happening faster and faster every single day. Now, AI, for how amazing it is, the base AI, LLMs, Agentic AI, they're all really cool, really innovative, but they're not all the way safe. They make mistakes, they make things up, they're going to mess up things, and there is some security issues with them as well. So it's not just a pure utopia. There are things to be aware of, and that's important for a small business owner to understand. One of the things that people get wrong, and it just happened to one of my customers the other day, they came to me and said, we tried working with this company, and it's all run by AI. And they said, we would call in and ask for help, and they would never respond. And they said, oh, we'll open a support ticket in the order of priority of how important your issue is. And then they wouldn't respond in a timely way. And when they did respond, it wasn't in a human-to-human connection. So AI and Agentic AI and LLMs, they're all great at getting work done and doing things in an automated way, but they're terrible, horrible. Don't use them for relationships. When you're trying to make business happen, AI should not replace that human-to-human connection. But it is really amazing. We're in a position where business owners are now going to be setting direction, and AI can do a ton of the execution. And the advantage that small business owners have is not necessarily who's working the hardest as much as it is who's the best at building the systems. In conclusion, AI, it's not going to replace the individuals, but the business owners who are integrating Agentic AI systems, building LLMs that can work for them, they're the ones who are going to come in and grab a much bigger piece of the market share.